alone! Ah!
Akira!
Howdy Crystal Conclave, it's NESHY and the ban list is finally here. So here is my updated Crystal Beast deck post-Syac, post-June 2023 ban list. Keep in mind this is still early format, so a lot of this is subject to change, but want to get this video out for you guys, just share my thoughts. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Let's do this, starting off with the Crystal Beast. We have 2 Zenith, 3 Sapphire Pegasus, 1 Budget Sapphire Pegasus, and 1 Ruby, as well as the Rainbow Dragon. And this is a pretty standard lineup. I was thinking about 1 Topaz Tiger to make Ausa to steal opposing Fenrir, because I feel like Fenrir is going to be pretty big in this next format just by itself. We also have the 3 Fenrir and the 1 Rise Heart. Tony still has my 3rd Fenrir, so everyone comment below, Tony give it back, and he'll give it back. We have the 1 Rise Heart because it helps increase the ceiling for the Kashtiras. So Fenrir on its own is like insane because it solves a lot of Crystal Beast's biggest problems. It puts a ton of pressure out on the field immediately, and it outs things that Crystal Beast otherwise wouldn't be able to out. You know, banishing cards face down, face up cards. And that's a type of removal that Crystal Beasts kind of need. And it's really nice that it's able to fulfill a lot of Crystal Beast's biggest issues. Rise Heart really helps with the ceiling, helps make rank 4s. Because Pegasus is a 1-card rank 4. It also helps make rank 7s. So Rise Heart helps make Arsenal Falcon. So any Fenrir can turn into Arsenal Falcon, which summons Cobalt Eagle. So you can summon out a Cobalt Eagle in a pinch. But we're also playing There Can Be Only One. That's another reason for the Cobalt Eagle. But there's another rank 7 we'll get into, and it's pretty sweet. Next, the hand traps. We're playing Triple Ash, Triple Droll. It's that kind of format. I feel like every time a new format starts, people go back to trap decks, and Ash is just pretty solid against every trap deck, especially like Dinomorphia, stops like Frenzy. And then I feel like it's still going to be a Droll format, which sucks for Crystal Beast, honestly. We do have ways to play around Droll, like if we good send Salvation and then use like a Bond to search, then that's pretty decent. But yeah, I hate this card, but it's a necessary evil. It is what it is. This is subject to change, by the way, this hand trap lineup, depending on what the format is. So don't take this as gospel. Just take it as, you know, those are possible defensive cards that you could play. For the crystal spells, 2 Awakening, 2 Bond, 3 Bridge, 3 Heart. This is pretty standard as well. We're playing 3 Goods as well as the 2 Bond, you know, just to see Crystal Beast more consistently. But this is also staying in if we're siding in D Shifter, because we are siding Shifter. The 2 Awakening is good because we're playing the Cash Engine, so you don't really need the 3rd. You already have these guys for damage. So you use the first one to search for Heart if you need it, or dump Salvation, and the second one to OTK. You don't really need a 3rd one for a grind game because this format is still pretty volatile. I don't think there's going to be much grinding. The 3 Goods, as mentioned, as well as the Wraithsoth and the Necro Valley. So the Necro Valley is pretty important because it stops like every one of the top decks besides Kashtira and Sprite. But it hoses over Purely, Super Heavy, Math Mech, Branded, like especially Branded. So this being so impactful against Branded is like, that means you gotta main deck it. Because I feel like Branded's going to be the 3rd best deck, right behind Sprite and Kashtira. So just making sure that the most important cards are being shown up front. Yeah, Heart is like literally the heart of the deck, so no surprise there. You side out one of the goods for a Shifter if you want to side in Shifter, and then you still have 7 ways to access Sapphire Pegasus with 3 Pegasus, 2 Bond, and then 2 goods once you side out the other one. You want 7 to 8 Sapphire Pegasus in the deck, and then this can help in a pinch as well. And then of course the Kashtiras are access to a Crystal Beast for some reason. For the we're playing the Prosperity. It's the best spell card in the game. And then 1 Called by the Grave, because we don't have Gamma anymore. No more Gamma to stop Droll. So that does kind of suck. We're playing just 1 Conclave, because it's a pretty volatile format. You need Conclave to play under Necro Valley, but I don't think we're really going to be playing under Necro Valley a whole lot in a grind game, because I feel like decks just kind of scoop. And we're going to just try out the 1 Conclave. And Fenrir really helps in a grind game under Necro Valley as well. So not really needed there. And the one salvation, of course, if you draw it, you have Dugaras to pitch it, Nightmare Phoenix to pitch it, Tornado Dragon to pop it, Zeus to send it going second, or we can make Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack with the 7s, because Rise Heart can make himself a 7. So you can set Salvation, Draco Sack one of the tokens to pop it, and then you could still have a pop for the next turn and a Zeus, which is awesome. Now that's kind of this is the main deck. This is a clean 40 cards, and I'll like I said, this is subject to change, but I think Miracle is the card to go to moving forward. You know, if we're going with the heavy caches, I mean, not heavy, because it's literally just like 3 Fenrir, 1 Rise, 1 Rate. But the Miracles are going to be kind of the most important trap card that you get, a little bit more than Conclave. I think this is going to be a little bit more impactful, and it's a secondary target to send off of goods. So if you already sent the Salvation, you can send another Miracle, and that's pretty solid chain block for heart bounces. Now let's go into the extra deck. Shoutouts to Clay Adams, Jesse Anderson. And let's get on into it. We have the Arsenal Falcon and the Draco Sack for level 7 or rank 7 options. We have Dweller, Exciton, Cowboy, Chidori, Baguska, Dugaras, Tornado Dragon, Zoo package for Zeus, as well as some links. So these are the options. I guess we could put Zeus up here. He's kind of the father of all of these, the godfather. So this is to make Cobalt Eagle in a pinch if you don't have any access to Crystal Beast, but you still have like miracles and hearts that you want to, you know, make live and enable. This is to pop set salvations. I mean, this is Zeus. Thank goodness Diablosis is banned. So now we don't have to play a second Zeus anymore. I can cut this guy from my extra deck. Let's go. So rejoice for all budget players. Dweller, because you never know. I don't know what decks this really hits right now, but you know, when the format shakes up, then we'll see what it really hits. Exciton, amazing, going second. And then Cowboy for time, because ladies and gentlemen, that's time in the round. Chidori for removal. Baguska, the plan B. Dugaras to pitch Salvation, draw 2. I usually do that if I want access to like a hand trap like Droll, or if I want to find heart access. If I just have like Pegasus plus Salvation, then I want to go for Dugaras if I don't have the heart access, because it's kind of hard to win without heart sometimes. Tornado Dragon, Papa Set Salvation, it's also just versatile. And then the Zoo package, Outs Dragoon. Same with this guy. Girl. White woman, Outs Dragoon as well. Phoenix, pitch Salvation as well. This is to set up Secret Village lock, so I'll go ahead and show the Secret Village. Hoses off Sky Striker, which got a huge buff from the ban list. And then Underworld Goddess, because you never know. I think Pearly's still going to be a big deck. And obviously Outs Dragoon as well. And it's just a really solid card just in general. Now let's move on to the side deck. We've got 3 Dimension Shifter. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Whenever you side in Shifter, side out 1 good, so then we're playing 5. You know, 3 Shifter and 2 goods, because then that maximizes the chance of just seeing 1 of those in your opening hand. And then 3 Gamma Seal to out a Rise Pass, because I think that's going to be the play moving forward now that Diablosis is banned. Cash is just going to go for a Rise Pass most of the time. This is the field spell to side in against Cash, side out Necro Valley, side this in. Even like Sword Soul, you can side out Necro Valley and side in Ecol, and it like kind of does stuff against Sword Soul. It's a little bit better than Necro Valley in my opinion against them. Secret Village hoses out spell-based decks. Purely really has a hard time dealing with Secret Village. Super Heavy Samurai to some extent now that Scarecrow is banned. Wakaushi is going to be more important, and I think cutting them off of Wakaushi is going to be big as well. The 1 Feather Duster, you know, we just have back row removal, triple Evenly, 1 Duster. And then Evenly is just an insane blowout, you already know. And if we're going first, we have 2 TC Boo and 1 Miracle. I would like to make room for a 3rd TC Boo. I think this card's going to be pretty important moving into the next format. But, you know, Miracle is also important, and it's searchable. I think setting up double Miracle game 3 is, or just games 2 or 3 whenever you're going first, is going to be super mission critical, because even though Lightning Storm went to 2, which is awesome, people are still going to play evenly duster, which is really sucky, especially evenly. Like, I don't enjoy getting evenly. I'd rather get dustered than evenly 100%, because then the crystals go to the graveyard. But that's going to be the deck. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of deck profile, just being able to talk with you guys about the new format and what I think moving forward for Crystal Beasts, just for this upcoming format where, you know, I don't really do this kind of video too often, but if you guys want to see more updates about what my deck profiles look like, let me know in the comments if this is the kind of content that you want to see, because I still am on my Patreon. You can see my updated deck list at all times. You can always check it out if you're a Sapphire tier. You can see everything, even my alternate format deck list. And so that's going to be some great value for y'all if you're into that. Thank you guys for checking it out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.